event for the presentation. Well, is it supposed to that I start or? Okay. Some of you already have been in discussions these days. So I'm showing a totally different thing in a totally different approach. Not a totally different approach, but well, this is an image from the fires that occurred in Portugal during the 2017. This one is particularly the most impressive because it was the one that was much more on the media, because it was the Dragons fire were the biggest forest fire ever in Portugal, the deadliest in the country's history, and the 11th deadliest in the world since it was registered in 19th. So, and this created a big movement on solidarity. The fire affected 9 municipalities, this incredible area of burnt area, and 491 houses were burnt and 66 people died on this. So there is a movement of solidarity. There were created funds to help the reconstruction of all of this area. And we were invited by one of these funds that was managed by the Fundação Carlos Gulbenkian. That was a fund that could get together like 5 million euros, so that we could support both on an architectonical way, on reconstructing houses, but also on analyzing what was really relevant on different communities to support and to add some economical value or another kind of support. For example, forming people. I'm showing the houses here, but I would like to enhance the thing that, because this was a lot about recreating homes and recreating places. First thing, when we arrived we created a local office there, which was quite important because this is in the center of the country. So we came from Lisbon to the center of the country, and you have to hear what was happening. So we engaged a lot on what was happening, and mostly on the trauma effects of it. So the first thing we noticed, which was very intriguing, well, it was very hard for us to get, was that we were the guys from the participation. Gulbenkian asked us because we were the guys from participation, so we were talking with the community, so we were expected to be talking with people. But when we arrived, everyone was saying, oh, architects. No, I don't want this kind of things of architects. I just want my house as it was. And the first reaction that were in the office was just, okay, but if they would just want the house, they just need a contractor to repeat the house they had. But in fact, the houses were in very poor conditions. All the houses even before were very, very, very poor. And one of the things that for us was quite relevant, and a thing that for us it was quite important as learning, was that when we started this thing of the house, when people say that what they want the same, was just the thing. The people were living a trauma. So what they were saying to us was that they just wanted that it didn't happen. But we started to work with them when they started to project their life, their future life. And they did it throughout architecture, imagining what will be the future life. So when they started to say, oh, our kitchen was a little bit small, if it's a little bit bigger, then we start to work with them. For example, there was one case, Isilda, that was passing through. Isilda, the reference of her, the nice house, it was the son's house. So she was always referring to his son's house. We visited his son's house, which was not very good, but we tried to understand what was relevant for her. Manuel's, for example, he has a very difficult story with a lot of kids, a lot of sons all over Portugal, but they come in the summer to visit him. So he needed a lot of rooms, even though he was just living here with one of his sons. So everything was a little bit a matter of negotiation. Of course, we couldn't have the amazing number of rooms, small rooms that he had in a very precarious way because the construction of his house was very, very badly constructed. But we have to manage all of this with a fund, some kind of equity in between the support we were giving. But this is a very interesting process because it's a house. The stone was the one that was the material of stone was the one that was mostly not affected, even though this is totally destroyed, because they had all the wood for the fire in the winter next to the house. So they didn't understand. Well, they didn't know that. They didn't thought that that would be the problem. So this house were just like 8 days like burning because they couldn't stop it. Well, I must say that for us it was a very tough times because we managed to do all the house and all the procedures in 1 year and a half, more or less. We gave back the houses in 1 year and a half. And the big thing was that we found that architecture and all the discussion made a house that people like more afterwards, which was really a thing that in the beginning we thought we couldn't do it, you know. So, and Diolinda was a case that she always loved her former house. So, trying to create a space for that people could get together, and also a thing that was quite relevant that I have been always talking these days with you. It's something we also call our collective that worked with us, or that to join all the process. So it was also quite relevant. Collective Warehouse here, producing, also projecting, also constructing, and using us as a platform to come also to this process. And in this case, they redesigned the association of the people that got together to live and to produce another thing. So thank you very much.